Have anybody stopped and thought about it? What exactly is a person? Usually we talk about personality, but what is a person? Have we thought about it? We assume, oh, there's 7 billion persons. Where are they? Who are they? What is a person? It might seem a ridiculous thing for me to say, because it is taken so much for granted that nobody questions it. You understand? Something that is so intensely taken for granted that it's never been questioned. What is a person? Each of you I can ask, what is a person? You say, this person over there, you point to someone's body. Does the body know it's a person? Is the body a person? What is inside is the person. You may call just a conditioning, an identity. Identity, that the belief I am this body and I am my culture and the conditioning I grew up with makes me into a person. Makes me into a person. Who is the me that became a person? And because nobody looks at that, and nowhere in our culture encourages us to look into this fundamental assumption that I'm a person. Nobody, anywhere, not in politics, not in anywhere. So, well, what question even these things? We should start to talk about this from kindergarten even. What is a person? Who are you? This is the kind of question for me that is truly exciting. Not questions that just comes out of world assumptions, but a question that really stirs you up and you think, my God, I should know this. We should know this, no? You're applying for a job as a person, this kind of person. But what exactly is a person? Can you produce a sample of a person? It's just, you know what the person comes from? The natural feeling inside this body. An awareness that says, I exist. Something inside the body states, I am. I am. And that I, that am, is what? We know what am means. Am means exist. I is what? I am. I exist. I is what? This is not something that is just merely for the mundane intellect or just for the mind. When you say I, what does it refer to? You know how powerful these questions are? One of these questions is probably worth 100 of mundane questions. You can ask 100 questions about the world, the universe, the stars, the planets, all of these things. One question like this, who am I? That is the Maha question. What arises as I inside this body? Apart from what I'm told I am. Am I what I'm told I am? Am I what I believe I am? To an extent you can say yes. What I believe I am will shape the way in which I perceive the world and the sense of myself. But ultimately, is it true? And is it truth? And do we care even? Do we care even? Because you don't need to, it seems. It seems we don't need to go so deep. Come on, let's not rock the boat, okay? We don't need to go so deep. We don't need to go so deep. You don't need to know ultimately who you are to get a job. You don't need to know who you are to get married or to have children. You don't need to know who you are to be a great actor or something, or a great athlete. Nothing in the human kingdom that you do compels you to discover who really are you. What exactly are you? So why bother ask? Nobody wants to know. But some beings find out. Some beings knew. And those who came through the net and discovered their true identity, their true self. Although they may have died thousands of years ago, we can't forget them. This subject is everybody's subject. What we are discussing ought to be, but mostly it is not, and that is fine, because consciousness sets the agenda. God sets the agenda. But fortunate, I would say, are you if you are attracted to this inquiry. Because in discovering even this thing, who lives inside this body? That says I. I actually is your first name. And I is the name of every living being. They say I. That's more important than your given name. I am George. No, I is not George. I don't know if you're interested enough. Mostly you're too fast asleep to care about such things. And so everybody took the sleeping tablet of me, from I to me. And then this body became your business. Became your business. Not your vehicle, but your business. And everybody got business going on.
I just want to say before I go, I can really notice when my mind is working in its normal aspect as analyzing, criticizing, judging, and somehow when I can let go of this, it's a wonderful feeling, because there still are thoughts and I'm still understanding things, but it feels like it was jogged to a different level.
Yeah.
And it's still, and it feels like I'm connecting with a kind of universal consciousness. Of course, I can't stay in that state, but I've had tastes of it, and so this is why I brought this question.
Let's look at it. Let's look at it. You say you can't stay. This is a very common report from people. They say, I've had a glimpse. Many of you here I know also who have been with me for a while, say, I've had a glimpse, and sometimes I keep lapsing in and out of consciousness at that level or something. I said, no, it's okay, we'll look at it. But you may say that now and again, my mind seems to be useful. You have a great value for your mind, because you say, with my mind I can do all these things, I can analyze, I can comprehend so many things, I can study, I can learn, I can hold the memory of experience that can be useful for later functioning and so on. I am putting a challenge, and I'm saying that even without this ability, or independent of this ability, is a great realm you have not yet discovered, in which even these functions themselves are momentary against that which is unbroken but is not really discovered inside you. And do you care to find out? And that in itself, there's no effort for it to be itself, that naturalness that you speak about. When you speak about reaching that region, what you speak about is the absence of your person. For anybody, the absence of your personal obsession leaves you in a very radiant state. And it is here now also, that radiant state is also here, but somehow veiled or eclipsed by this normal functioning of the mind, and identity seems to be in front of it somehow. But all of this is a great seeming. And if you're open to it, it's very easy to help you back into that state. Actually, it is not you who would go to that state. I want you to pay attention. If you fall asleep after this, that's fine. But before, pay attention to this. It's not you that is pushed into that state. It is only your attention and your self-belief And you know what that state is? You. The state itself of pure being is only your true self. You say, yes, sometimes I go back to that and I come out. It's not you who go back to that and come out. The you who go back to that and come out is the popular myth or misconception of identity that makes you think you are the thing that comes in and out. One of your most intimate powers is the power of attention. It is perhaps our most powerful power. Why? Because whatever your attention touches, you're calling that your experience. You see? Wherever the attention go, you say, I go. Because you don't know what I really is. Something is earlier than the attention that watches the attention even. Suppose my attention wants to go there. Isn't there an awareness of that? Suppose my attention, I'm speaking to you, but my attention keeps going over there like this. Isn't there an awareness of that attention? Could I not say, actually, I'm not very attentive at the moment because my attention is drifting over this side? Isn't there awareness of attention? So the awareness of attention and the attention is not the same thing. That which watches attention, that watch the sense of going out and coming in, that is the true place. In that true place, what effort does it take for that true place to be that true place? Or are we speaking in abstractions at the moment? What effort does it take for that true place to be that true place? Yeah. The effort must be being made by something else. The effort must be being made by something else which you are presently calling yourself. Have I gone too far speaking like this? Okay. You want to stop there, or we can?
I want to.
No, don't. No, you always say you want to give other people a chance, but you should not give anybody a chance. You should take your chance fully. And you know what will happen if you take your chance? Every one of them will want to take their chance. Am I wrong about it? If you watch someone come into an awakening in front of you, say, my God, can I have some of that, please? But if you keep passing the opportunity to the next person, we're just being polite. Thank you. Your turn. Polite. Thank you. And nothing happened. I want to see someone who takes their chance in front of everybody else and see what happened. Because I remember this, and sitting at my master's feet. Many times we're sitting, and someone is going somewhere on a train, and the train breaks down in Lucknow. And there's no train until the next couple of days. This is a story I've actually heard. And this guy said to somebody on the station, where's this Lucknow? We never heard of Lucknow. Is there anything interesting going on here? And they happened to speak to someone who say, a great master lives here. What kind of master? Master of truth lives here. Where? Boom. Take taxi, rickshaw, satsang. Come to satsang. They don't know what satsang is. Come right up and sit in front of the master's foot. Because newcomers are given first opportunity, come sit here. Sits there, and throughout the entire discourse of satsang, they're like drinking from the master's mouth. Okay? And then, end of satsang, everybody's going out to have chai, and this person is... And people say, hang on a second, I've been here for 6 months. I haven't had that yet. I've been here for 6 months. I even got my name on my chair. And I haven't seen what he's got yet. What is that one having right now? I want to see someone take their chance like that.
Well, it sounds to me like if I can let go of that personal space, it doesn't matter if there's a symphony that comes or if you just look at the birds. It's all the same.
Why
that you're in that.
Why if? I will show you how to do it.
Okay, that's why I'm here. Thank you so much.
Because actually, not so much I can let go of something. I think the teaching that say, yeah, but you have to let go of all these things. It frightens a lot of people. Because they imagine that I have to let go of the things that I enjoy. Because why are you holding on to something in the first place? Because you think it's important, no? That you enjoy it. Then someone says you're going to let go of it. Okay, but you're not going to let go of it. You're going to put it in your back pocket, isn't it? So I don't want to tell anybody to let go of something immediately.
Well, it feels more like I wanted to let go of me.
Yes.
Somehow, when I get into that solar plexus place, it's like something has grabbed me in old conditioning. And so it does feel more like, okay, leave me in peace.
Supposing something grabs you, say it grab you, okay? And you're feeling all sweaty and confused and so on. There is an awareness of this, isn't it? And if you are told, stop wriggling about or identifying with that, simply let the wriggling happen, let the pain happen, but there's an awareness that is not happening. The wriggling is happening, the pulsation is happening, the panic attack is happening, but behind this is what? Behind this is what?
If you're not identifying with, if you're observing it, then there can be peace.
Let's see. If you're not identifying with it, supposing identification arises also, huh? So are you not aware of the identification also?
Yes.
So as yet you're not in the bubble yet. If you can see like that, it's when you start to say, yeah, but I want this to stop and it's happening to me. Which at that point is still a thought. It's a thought and feeling together. And both the thought and the feeling are still inside that bubble of sensation and identity is going on. Independent of this identity, is there not just the awareness of it? Now, but I really want to see if you are on board with that. Not just kind of saying, yeah, I guess so. That whatever it is that's happening, bubbling up as a person, and this reaction and real anger and frustration is coming. Is there not a space that is not participating in this thing also?
Yes, there definitely is a space that's not that I recognize it from the outside. It's like looking at an actor playing a very bad role.
This is yourself. This is ourself. This is the self space in which the learned behavior, the conditioned behavior, the frustrations, all of the frustrations are happening to the idea we have of who we are than the actuality of our being. The actuality is where you're looking from. The idea is what you're looking at. The actuality is where you're looking from. What you're looking at is the self-portrait and its reactions and so on. This is so, at an experiential level, so simple actually. But it will take some time not to understand this, but for the mind to stabilize in it. The understanding can happen like this, like a shift in seeing. But sometimes the mind is already saying, yes, I've been there, I understand what you mean, I know that, and it's making all this commentary. And I'm saying that the commentary that happens from your mind is still only another phenomenon. It's still not you yet. Nothing is you yet. If only we can grasp this. If only we can grasp this. Because you know what will happen? Then you cut the world free, but not with cynicism. It's like you stop taking ownership for a kind of reaction that happens through our conditioning. Something is present. It's more present than even presence. Presence is there. Presence is beautiful because presence is not personal. The person is the reactionary area. Is the person that's thinking, "No, listen, do you know who you're talking to? And please leave me alone." And all its reaction. The fire and the beingness is usually around the sense of the person, the very reactive aspect. The witnessing of this personal, traumatic, or fiery nature is witnessing sometimes with some interest with what's happening. If there's interest inside the witness, then the witness is not totally pure yet. What knows this? A deeper witnessing is present. Now, people may say, "But I don't know if I'm really attracted to what you're speaking, because it sounds as though what you're speaking is unfeeling. It has no care, it has no love, it has no passion." I said, no, it's not like that. Passion can arise also in response to what is happening. Emotions can arise, but all of them is in front of this thing which is not arising. All the feelings are felt. If we go outside and we are eating chocolate cake, I smell it just like you. We all smell the same. Chocolate. Reactions may be different. Chocolate, no. You see? But the smell is there of it. But the reaction internally, when you don't identify. Now you may say, "But I'm not able to not identify." Almost like a reflex, I'm in the identity itself. I said, okay, if that reflex takes place and the feeling I'm identified with that takes place, the identification with anything cannot be greater than the consciousness in which it appears. Do we follow any of this? I'm sorry, I have to use words, no? Think about it for a second. Nothing that you can experience, remember, imagine, project, know, believe, visualize, any of that can be greater than the awareness in which it appears. So the very fact that you're perceiving means that awareness is prior and still present in order for the perceiving of any activity to take place. These are fundamental insights. I know the rat moving above my head is very attractive, but I still don't want you to miss what I'm saying. Okay. Very good.
Thank you very much, MooJi.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Wonderful. Did you